When you drink water from a restaurant or at home, are you thinking about where it's coming from? The water you drink goes through a long process that removes harmful bacteria that can make you sick if ingested. Drinking contaminated water is the most common way to contract cholera, a disease of the small intestine. Cholera was believed to be the cause of excessive vomiting, but as the study of bacteria became more important, scientists started looking for different answers. One scientist, Filippo Bossini, discovered cholera's real cause in the mid-19th century. Cholera is believed to have originated in the Ganges Delta, a river delta in India, in 1817. By the early 1820s, colonization and trade had carried the disease to Southeast Asia, Central Asia, the Middle East, Eastern Africa, and the Mediterranean coast. Cholera is introduced into the host when they drink water that has been contaminated by sewage. It's also introduced through contact with feces carrying the disease and can even be carried by a housefly. There have been 7 cholera epidemics between 1961 and the present. From 1832 to 1866, cholera swept through the United States. They started in India and quickly spread to the U.S. through trade routes. New York was the first to encounter it, and it's estimated that 2 to 6 Americans died each day from it. But a cholera outbreak in Haiti, 10 months after an earthquake, was the worst ever hit. It's still going on today and has, of 2015, taken the lives of 9,700 people and sickened 700,000. Although mostly Haitians were affected by the outbreak, it quickly spread to surrounding countries. More than 6% of Haitians were said to be contaminated by the disease. The pathogen that causes this disease is Vibrio cholerae 01 or 0139, and it's transmitted to another person when they ingest infected fecal matter through their mouth and can also be transmitted through water or food contaminated with the bacteria. It's unlikely that cholera will be spread from person to person through physical contact, but coming in contact with fecal matter, food, or water contaminated with bacteria is especially contagious. Symptoms of cholera include dehydration as a result of massive bodily fluid loss, diarrhea, and potentially death. Someone infected with cholera will probably start noticing the symptoms 2 to 3 days after exposure. In untreated cases in this disease, the death rate is high, averaging 50% and as high as 90% in epidemics, but with effective treatment, the death rate is less than 1%. To prevent contracting cholera, drink and use safe water, wash your hands, cook food well, clean up safely, and get vaccinated before traveling. The organization helps prevent cholera by providing clean water and proper sanitation to populations who do not have access to the basic services. Health education and good food hygiene are equally important. The HWO also helps by spreading word on media. People infected with cholera are treated by rehydration, intravenous fluids, antibiotics, and zinc supplements. Without rehydration, approximately 1/2 of people infected with cholera die. With rehydration treatment, the number of fatalities drop to less than 1%. Cholera can cause death in just hours, so someone infected with cholera should receive immediate medical treatment. Cholera outbreaks cause panic and disruption of social and economic structure. It causes other countries to restrict travel from countries that have had an outbreak, which may restrict the importation of certain foods.